Whew. Whew. Friendlies. That is some lateness. What time is it? It is 21:19 on this beautiful, and I mean beautiful, Tuesday. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a perfect storm of issues there. Starting with, I fell all the way asleep while putting the baby to sleep. Excuse me while I mute the YouTubes and put on my cans so I can actually hear what's going on. I have no idea if I'm actually getting any audio. But hey, I'm here. I hope you guys are here. Who do we got with us? Who do we got? That's grammar for you. Hey? Who have we got with us? We got Tenenbaum. Always nice to see that name in the house. We got Brandon Cosman. Nice. Sorry I'm late. We got Mr. Fox at Outdoors. He's obviously got a different name that he prefers to be called. Oh, right. So I fell asleep while putting the baby to bed. Woke up with pretty much zero buffer time. And then when I started up this computer to work, because I use these screens as my day job screens using another computer, started this up and it started into a large Windows update. Just fun. It was fun, let me tell you. And then I couldn't get the machine to recognize the camera. So I feel that I've earned this. What are we having tonight? We are having the Porter au Noir de Noyer Noir. So a porter of a black walnut porter. Come on, fool. You're going to get some actual, illustration of walnuts by Alchemist Brasseur Lanaudière. I don't know if I've had this with you guys before. But anyways, it feels damn good to have successfully gotten online tonight, let me tell you. I was all, oh no, I'm late. I better run. I totally missed my wife finally getting home from work tonight. I just ran downstairs and then nothing worked. So sorry about that, guys. Couldn't have foreseen it. Shouldn't have fallen asleep. Bad, Jesse. Bad. So, who else? Hey, Grace Martin is here as well. So, I feel we've probably lost a few people thinking that this wasn't going to happen tonight. But that's all right. They can always catch up with us later next week. Shawnee Shave, how nice to see you. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained due to the weirdness of the starting tonight, but I do want to say that if you are watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week, thank you for spending your time with me after the fact. Thank you for the comments you leave down below. I really do appreciate it when people spend their time watching these live streams not live. So yeah, I had a specific thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and I'm still so foggy-headed that I don't bloody remember what it was. I have no idea. I just don't. One thing I do want to mention is, and I don't have, maybe this is a little early in the night, but I figure I'll get it in there and then maybe remember later. For those of you who are Patreon supporters, I'm thinking of shutting down the Patreon and moving to, join. You can join channels on the YouTubes. Those of you who are, I've only got a few, like 2 or 3 patrons anyway. But if one of you is watching either tonight or time shifted, let me know how you feel about that. Aside from that, let me finish pouring this beer. I think I just called this a bear. This bière. I go to pour the bière. Hey, speaking of which, where the hell is Simon? Where's Simon tonight? Canadian beer, American pint glass. All right, let's do this. See, I don't know how many of you care about really nice dark beer, but the big difference between a porter and a stout is that a porter is going to be a little sweeter. You're going to have maybe a little hint of raspberry in there and stuff like that, whereas stout tends to be more of a bitter beer. I like both. I like both in different contexts. I find these days with all these sort of like hipstery brasseries, or whatever a brasserie is in English, breweries around, the difference between the two can kind of get lost in the mix sometimes. Hey, Zach Fudge, what is up? No, I'm not going to an OnlyFans. Yikes. True words, Tenenbaum. True words. Take another little sip here. Dang, what the hell was I going to talk about tonight? I don't know. I don't know. One thing I did kind of... Grace says she doesn't know where Simone is, but Mark was in Canoehound's chat. That's an important chat that they're having tonight. Hey, Hike with Mike is here. How's it going? That's an important chat going on at his channel. I wanted to do something about that, but he sort of jumped on it, and he lives in Ontario, so no hard feelings on that. I think that for those of you who don't know, Ontario Parks has they're trying a pilot project this year and next, I believe, that they're bringing the price of renting a campsite, a backcountry campsite, in line with the price of a group rate, like they're flat rating it, which for solo campers, I think that quadruples the rate or something. So there are a lot of paddlers and campers in Ontario who like to hit like the backcountry who are up in arms, because it also brings it. I believe it brings the price of those backcountry campsites in line with the full service car camping sites. So I don't know. There's a great hue and cry going on in Ontario right now. Hike with Mike. I'm glad to see those words. Hold on, I'm going to put them on screen. So stoked you got a live stream tonight. I need it. Rough day for me. Nice to find some time to relax. I feel that way about these Tuesday night live streams. It's kind of early in the week to say, oh my God, I'm having such a rough week. If I could just make it to my live stream, it's going to be okay. But I do kind of feel that way about these live streams. I can have a garbage Monday, but I feel that, as soon as I hit the start broadcast button, life it gets a little better, I like doing this, even though what the hell was I going to talk about tonight? It's one thing I think maybe I will talk about tonight in at least a small way. I think that maybe I'll talk about some of the channels that I like, that I watch, that I respect. And if you guys have some favorite channels, either drop them in the side chat, or at one point maybe come on screen to talk about them, and let me know why. Let me know what it is. Hey, there's Simo. I was just talking about you, Simo. Hey, Martin's here too. Nice. And Mark is here from the Canoe Hounds broadcast. I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I have a very large project. Oh, wait, hold on. One day I'll gather up the courage to do a live stream, probably in the summer when I have more time. Hike, it's daunting to start live streaming. It really is, because when you do this, there's no buffer. And when you're doing a video, like you and I both do, and like Martin does, and so someone else, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. Those of us who do this, when you make a video and you edit the video and you put the video out in the world, if you leave your mistakes and stuff in, that was a choice you made. Like, I like to leave my mistakes in. There's a certain self-respect aspect to that. There's an honesty aspect to the viewer. And let's face it, sometimes when I duff it up completely, it kind of makes for a better video, you know? But if you're doing this live and something goes wrong, there was no choice to leave that in. That just, boom, it happened, right? If I'm like talking to you guys and I don't know what, say I'm drinking my beer. Well, how often do I pour my beer and goosh it all over the desk and I'm like wiping it with a paper towel? Pro? Not so pro, but I like that aspect of live streaming. But you have to sort of get to that point, I feel. Like it could be daunting to start. The first time I live streamed was stressful. Second time I live streamed was stressful. But you know what's a great help for that? And I'm going on the feeling that you will at some point do this. Having a few good guests on will definitely help smooth the road, smooth the way, shorten the road, whatever that saying is. So yeah, if you do decide to live stream, I'd like to watch that. Maybe I'll come on as a guest at one point. For those of you wondering, I'm talking to Hike with Mike here. I popped that up on screen and then took it off way too quickly. Hey, IRC's in the house. First time I tuned in for a bit. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a minute. Yeah, Tuesday nights are tough. I have the perennial problem of I wish I wasn't on the same night as Canoe Hound because I'd like to have him on my stream and I'd like to be on his stream. But, you know, holy crap. Paul, nice to see your name in my side chat, buddy. Absolutely nice to see you. I hope all is going well in Paul Bikima land. I saw something on the internets. All I really had time to read was the headline, and it said, "The reason why Dutch people are so tall." I'm bringing that up because of a soccer conversation that Paul and I had years ago, I think during the last World Cup, because we backed different teams. Yeah, so maybe I'll just sort of talk about some of the channels that I like and the reason I like them. And I invite you guys to share as well. In fact, I'm going to start by talking about Paul's channel. What I like about Paul, you don't put a lot of stuff up, but I find it's interesting stuff. For those of you who don't know Paul, his channel is very heavy on the MRE and IMP kind of, not really reviews, but because you don't give them like letter grades or you don't give them ratings, right, Paul? You just sort of open them up, describe them, chow down. And so Paul's was, I think, the first channel, the first IMP/MRE channel that I actually watched, like deliberately watched. Real sort of down to earth presentation, no bells and whistles. You know, coming from someone who tries to do the bells and whistles because, you know, I'm a frustrated filmmaker. It's amazing how many channels with very few bells and whistles I really like. Some of the channels with the biggest bells and whistles I don't really watch anymore because of that thing that I just keep going on about the sort of the TV 2.0, you know. And so I have a real appreciation for channels that are no nonsense, no BS, you know, just good straight information. So yeah, that's one thing that I like about Paul's channel. Hike says, it's weird. The Netherlands is one of the most densely populated nations, and I always thought that when the organisms are crowded conditions, they get smaller to survive. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do know that I haven't known, like, I haven't known enough Dutch people to really buy into the Dutch people are all so tall thing, but I just found it was a really funny headline, and I thought of Paul when I read it because of our discussions years ago about football teams. One channel that is very bell and whistly, but in a very tasteful way, that I massively enjoy, is Chris Browse's channel. You guys will recognize that name from my live stream last week when she was my guest to talk about having very young children in the woods. Chris is a filmmaker, and that shows in her channel in a massive way. But her eye and her editing and her work is just impeccable. It's so tasteful. It's not flashy. It's not bells and whistles in the way that like Matty Hapoya or Peter McKinnon's channels are. And I respect both those guys for their abilities and everything, but Chris's channel is low key in the same way that those guys are a little poppy, and she never ever seems to lose track of the storytelling element. The B-roll never becomes the central point of an episode. And because that's something that I have occasionally struggled with, less so now, but back when I was like, man, my filmmaking isn't good enough. I gotta work on this. I gotta get better. I feel that sometimes my B-roll took up too much of the video real estate. Yeah, it's just, it takes a real skill to do what she does. And especially because as you guys who hit the woods with cameras in tow now, man, everything becomes so long when you're filming it as well as doing it. And if you don't enjoy the filmmaking part, it can really get in the way of your trips. But yeah, great stuff. Brandon says, one channel I like a lot is Kayak Camper. Nice and relaxing trip videos. He has some great shots. I enjoy his casual sense of humor. Nothing over the top. Okay, I'm going to take note of that because I realize that I've given myself an opportunity to discover some new channels here, and I don't want to lose that. If I have any mods on, I think Simo's here. If any of you guys who are mods want to maybe grab these channels as people are mentioning them, because I can't find Notepad on this stupid Windows thing. There we go. Something I did want to talk about tonight, and maybe we'll leave it for another night because I've sort of gone down another road, is at one point I would like to really talk about the vehicles people use when they hit the woods. Kayak, canoe, obvious ones, but sure, guys. I keep thinking about Kenneth Cram. He uses a mountain bike. I've always been sort of afraid to do that because, what if you're out there and the chain snaps? Like, you really need to, you need to have some skills, and you need to have some backup tires and stuff in your pack. And I don't want to go too far into it because I think that I could build a really good sort of maybe panel discussion off of that. But Mark, you watched Chris's bear encounter video. Yeah, that was a stressful moment, right? All right, Tenenbaum, thank you for putting up the Kayak Camper URL. Martin. Excuse me, guys. Man, I have cleaned down here, but there's still that dust, and it's still messing with me. Martin despises recording video on his outings. It's funny because you don't do it badly. For someone who despises it, you do a pretty good job. It's a nice, no-nonsense style you got. Yeah, I believe you shoot on your phone. But you've got a good eye for getting the shot and not wasting your time with a whole bunch of frou-frou. I don't know what that is in English, but a lot of curly cues and stuff. I wonder sometimes what it is that makes us do that. Like that makes us bring the cameras with us, because none of us are Joe Robinette, right? Like until you get some real numbers, there's no sort of fame and glory with this, and it's not realistic to think that there will be. You know, there aren't 100 Joe Robinettes out there. I know why I do it, because I went to film school, and before I was YouTubing, it was eating away at the back of my head when I went to bed nights that I had gone to film school and was doing nothing with it. I had been involved in a few movies, but I needed to pay the bills. So I went into publishing. So I use YouTube to scratch an itch. But if you don't use YouTube to scratch an itch, it's a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? And so I find stuff like that really fascinating, because there are a lot of bushcraft YouTubers who don't enjoy the filming part. I'm always like, what's going on there? But for someone who despises doing it, I like your channel, man. Mike, Hike with Mike says, I was in a band and there were bands that were all about flash and glam. I was all about soul and truth and realness. I take that same attitude to my videos. It is more about nature and not the man. And by the way, you're another one who has no bells and whistles. It's just... for those of you who haven't gone over to Hike with Mike's channel yet, if I would need a dose of Zen, I'll just sit and binge a little bit on his videos, because it's like how would you describe your channel? It's like a huge collection of quiet moments in beautiful scenery. Like if I had to sort of really simplify and describe your channel to someone else, I think that's what I would say. You have sometimes a few words about philosophy, or rather your philosophy. I don't mean you're espousing on Wittgenstein or something. I mean, you're talking about the woods and headspaces and stuff. So yeah, it's a nice different kind of channel. Hold on. I think Paul, in fact, stopped YouTubing for a while. I got lost a bit here, guys. Shawnee says, Fi Ninth channel. She has this tiny house, life in the woods, and I love watching how her days are. And that's how it's spelled, FY space NYTH. I'll take a look. Oh, I quit YouTube for a couple of years when it started to feel like I was obligated to record and share all my outings, Paul. Yeah, you're not alone in that. A lot of people feel that way. It's amazing how a YouTuber will disappear for a few weeks or a month or months and then come back and say, I had to recharge my batteries. And I understand that. I definitely do. Especially right now, because it stresses me that I'm not getting videos out. Why is it stressing me that I'm not getting videos out right now? Why is it stressing me that I can't get to the... Actually, I think that's what it is. I think it's the fact that I feel so damn trapped in this neighborhood, in this house. Not saying you feel trapped in your house is not... That's not what I mean. I mean, I feel trapped in all these 90-degree angles, and I haven't been to the woods in a long time. And it really... Like, you guys have heard me talk about my big black dog, and man, that big old dog is sitting right around my shoulders right now. And in fact, I have this huge project that I wanted to do, that I still want to do, for my 50th birthday. But that big black dog has really gotten in the way lately. I was progressing on the steps I need to take for that. And then that big old dog came and I just stopped. And I haven't made a phone call or sent an email or anything since. And that happens to me on occasion. I have a real tendency towards depression, and I spend a large part of my life just, shoulder to the wheel and getting through it. But every now and again, like, I just get stopped for weeks. And as someone who has like a mortgage and kids, I can't get stopped the way I used to, thankfully. But yeah, I feel like I'm sort of slipping further and further behind where I really wanted to be. So I feel that that big project that I was gonna have on my 50th year may have to go off a year, because I really have to be in a better place in my skills and my health before I can do it. But it's like, you're not obligated to shoot YouTube videos. If you're Joe Robinette, you might be a little obligated, because that's how you make your living. If you're Wrangler Star, you might be obligated because that's how you make your living. If you're what's his name? If you're Peter McKinnon, if you're Matty Hapoya, these guys have to shoot vid, right? Because they don't have day jobs. But I'm not obligated to do this. But I miss doing it when, like, I haven't put a video up on this channel in a while. I have a second channel that is easy to do because I'm not getting out into the woods and everything. But I mean, anyways, I'm losing my train of thought here. But oh yeah, I was riffing off of what Paul said, that it started to feel like you were obligated. And, like, I don't feel obligated, but for some reason it's stressing me out that I'm not still putting videos out. So maybe that is obligated. Like, if you flip the coin, one side is obligated, the other side is, stress over not getting it out. Two sides of the same coin. IRC says, my like list is too long. Outdoor things, Indigo Traveler, Itchy Boots, homesteading, and some sailing. My wife and I watch the news and YouTube. Joys of retirement. Nice. I no longer watch sailing videos at all. I used to watch, was it Sailing the World on Vagabond or something, and a few others. But that was because for much of my life, I really wanted a sailboat, and I was on my way to getting a sailboat. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get one. I'm planning, I'm blah. But that cannot be a family priority, shall we say. So, I still, I haven't for a few years now, but I'm still sort of technically crew on a 30-foot sailboat, just a lake, a lake, or not blue water, but I don't watch a lot of sailing videos anymore. Don't watch a lot of travel videos. I watch some. Like, if someone's going to Sweden or Iceland or Africa, I'm there. I'm watching. But I don't. There are so many channels, viewers of mine, subs of mine, friends of mine who I want to keep up with that I'm not going to waste my time watching here's my overproduced trip to Rome kind of video or something like that. All right, man. Tenenbaum is on fire tonight. Gonna copy that. I can't copy it from within StreamYard, so I will copy it. Oh man, I'm getting so far behind. Hold on. I'm copying these URLs and then I'm gonna try to catch up. That was the wrong key combination, because Windows is not as good at this kind of stuff as Mac OS. There you go. Okay, there's my knife. No, I'm not signing into Cortona. Give me a break. So who has... Oh, man, I am so far behind. Sorry, guys. I will try to sort of... Hey, Mallory is here. Quebec Homestead in the house. Nice to see us. Nice to see us. And Austin, we got a good group here tonight, man. You need to add Melon Minute to your video descriptions. I like it. Yeah, man, Mallory, you're probably working your butt off right now. Getting set up. Russell's here. One of my dogs just got stuck behind the dining table. That's the kind of thing you never have to deal with when you have cats. So I'm just throwing that out there. Problems are always challenging us. It's how we act on them that makes the difference to get through them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Paul, I like your philosophy. Just for fun these days. If there's a smidgen of income, it's cool, but certainly not anywhere near enough to cover my costs. No, me neither. And it would take me so much time and effort to get to where the income factor is an actual factor for my channel that I'm not even going to stress it. Mr. Russell, what have I dropped into here? What is going on? We're just yapping. What I'm doing is I fell asleep putting the baby to bed, got up, woke up after 9, ran down here, started up the computer. It started an update, and then I couldn't get the camera to work. And so by the time I was like, I'm on, I had completely forgotten what I wanted to talk about tonight. So what I'm doing instead is I'm just talking about some channels that I like, and I'm inviting people in the side chat to do the same, sort of drop the names of channels that they like and why they like them. And I'm just going to drop an on-screen invite down there for anyone who wants to come on and talk about a few channels. And as usual, I sort of get, here's the road, and I end up off in the bushes for a while and then come back and I miss half the damn chat, because that's my style, right? Mallory can't find a decent trailer. It's funny because both hunting camps that I used to go to, the one up near La Macaza, near La Belle, and in the Gaspésie, where I used to go for moose hunting, were just a couple of roulotte camping trailers, pop the wheels off, place them permanently in the bush. And on the one there near La Macaza for deer hunting, built sort of a shack onto it and put some beds in there. So it never occurred to me that it would be hard to find one of these things. But if you're looking for one that's in the kind of shape where you wouldn't be embarrassed to have, workers come and stay, that's probably a different story than you're finding some scrappy old thing for a hunt camp, Russell, you struggling with motivation? That it eases my mind to hear that. It really does. Grace, good at compartmentalizing when bad stuff happens. Yeah, it's a good skill to have. I'm very good at going crazy very quietly as myself. Good man, sir. You're welcome to it. I shot something. Took me forever to edit something useful out of it. And I'm going to go back and take another look at it tomorrow night just to see whether or not it's really worth. No, I'm going to put it up no matter what. It's like Casey Neistat always says, just keep uploading. And I haven't been uploading lately. So I think there's something salvageable there. But it takes me so long to edit that I just fell asleep at my computer. I was like, I'll watch this and do a fine edit another night. I'm going to bed, and so I went to bed. Quebec Homestead says, last year I could get a trailer for $500. The market was flooded with cheap ones, perfect for what I want to do. This year, nothing. Ain't that the way of it, though? Ain't that the way? And by the way, I'm pretty sure that all of you have watched Mallory's channel, but she's another one whose stuff I really like. Very different from what I do, very different from the life I will likely ever lead. But I do, man, I watch a lot of homesteading stuff because I if I won the 30 mil and I could get away with it, I man, part of me would really, really want to be a homesteader. Buy a chunk of land somewhere. Défricher la terre. All that. And by the way, if any of you haven't watched any of Russell's videos, that's Raspberry Rock Off-Grid Cabin. Check it out, man. Nice stuff. Russell, the video of yours that stands out to me the most. Oh, but here's something embarrassing. For some reason, I never picked up on the pea soup thing at the end of like all your videos. And so when you did it at the end of one of my videos once, I was like, what's with the pea soup? And like you and Mallory were like, what? And so then I went back and I think that maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of channels where I don't see the last few seconds of something because once like the clickables show up on the screen, I'll click one of them and it takes me away from the video. So maybe I'm missing them that way or something. But I had to sort of go back and rewatch some videos like pea soup. Why? IRC asks a very interesting question. Jess, do you feel obligated to have a live stream? Does that stress you out any? No. I sort of mentioned this. I kind of went into this before you were on. Before you joined us, that if I'm having a rough start to the week, I know in the back of my head that it's okay. Tuesday night I'm live streaming and everything will feel just a little bit lighter. Sorry. Yeah, I love live streaming so much. I really do feel that this is different enough from shooting and editing a video and all that stuff. It's a different side to the channel that I very much enjoy. Also, my live streams are real, sort of dead simple, especially compared to, I don't know how many of you guys have been to Russell's Friday night live streams, but there's a lot more production value there than in mine, let me tell you.
Hey.
So, no trailer yet?
No trailer. Are you going to keep us in this format?
Oh.
Thank you. I feel like so close up.
Well, I figure, here's Mallory and Jesse. Here's Mallory and Jesse as close friends. Here's Mallory and Jesse.
Yeah, man, I was just getting ready to come edit and I was like, nah, I'll just go say hi a little bit. But
Fair enough.
I've been busy.
Tell us about your favorite channel right now and why.
Oh man, my favorite channel right now.
Or you could do a top 5 if you want.
Jonah Jinton. She's my favorite because she's out in Sweden and she just makes incredible cinematic vlogs and the mountains are just so incredible over there.
How do you spell it?
Jonah Jinton. Jonna. Jinton, which is Jinton. Incredible channel. She's about the same age as me, and like I relate to her a lot because she sings, she loves the mountains, the nature, and like just great captures, So
I will check that out.
Yeah. She's my all-time favorite.
Nice.
And then
hey, Mallory, look who's here.
Yeah, hey Colin. Yeah, sorry I don't have the chat open.
Oh, what?
It's what? My lights. I changed my setup a little bit and my light is sort of like on the right in front of it. I'd have to. Here, wait, I'm just going to do this. trial version.
Oh God.
Okay. Let's see if that does that work. Is that fine?
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
I see you got you same idea as me. You've got a little interest lighting in the back or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, I got a little LED thingy with the remote.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just got myself like a little office nook, and it's really like helping me out. I got like 4 calendars to keep up with, so
Wow.
I needed a little organization nook.
Nice.
So yeah.
Colin says he's also on Greyman's channel. So we were only getting half of his attention, I guess.
Yeah.
Colin.
I'm gonna miss your live stream, Colin, on Thursday. I have a live stream on my friend's channel. I have a guest talking about bees and stuff because we're getting bees, and I need all the information I can get.
Oh, you're getting bees. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Hold on. Austin is asking, does anyone like Blackie Thomas? I have really begun to appreciate his no-frills approach to bushcraft. He will buy a nice piece of kit and also show you something he got cheap at Walmart but likes. No, but I will check that out. Blackie Thomas. I'm taking note.
Another small channel that I really, really enjoy, that I like truly every time he posts a video, I will not in this one, and he comes in here sometimes, is Thomas Jordan.
Thomas Jordan?
Yeah, Thomas Jordan.
I think
He comes in here from time to time. He goes camping and we rarely see his face. And I keep on telling him that we need to see his face more.
I'm wondering if I don't know if I've actually checked out that channel yet, but because sometimes if I see a name pop up in the side chat, I'll sort of look up the name later to see if they have stuff. But
yeah, Thomas, he goes and camps with his friends, and he does a whole bunch of outdoorsy videos, but he doesn't really talk in them. You know, like he'll just like show what he's doing. Sometimes you'll hear them in the background, like them laughing and stuff, and it just has a really good feel to it.
I keep wondering if maybe I should do some of my my stuff with a whole lot less talking. Because sometimes I'll be watching a channel and it's like one stick fire, and I'll be cool, and it takes them like 8 minutes of just yapping to the camera before they make the damn fire.
Yeah.
And I've rewatched a few of my. Every now and again, I go through like my back catalog to see some of my favorites, because some of the videos I really like. Some of them are like, but some of them I really like.
Yeah.
And every now and again, I'm like, man, there's way too much yap going on here.
Yeah. I totally feel you. Like this summer, I want to do some ASMR gardening videos. Just like me gardening. I would really love to do that. I feel like it would be so much easier to edit. I can get more of them out faster.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to cut through the ums and the so and the like, I don't know. But it's funny because I did one of those and I noticed that when I force and when I do like really heavy lifting, I open my mouth. Like, I don't know why. It's like my reflex, I'll be like, I don't know.
Hilarious. Man, I'd love to watch an ASMR video of you. Like, maybe I'll do an ASMR video too. I'll be like, hi.
But I won't do any talking though. Yeah. Yeah, I have like I hate it when I edit myself, and because I'm always lifting a lot of stuff, and I'm like so concentrated. Ben licks his lips, and he'll be like,
right.
The whole time he's concentrating. I open my mouth and I do this weird mouth thing.
Okay.
I hate it when I do that, and maybe I'm like, Mallory.
I love it. Oh, here's something Russell says. Sometimes I click on a fail video on the YouTube home. I don't even click on them anymore because I know that, man, the night is gone. And it's not even the kind of stuff like, yes, I'll giggle through a couple of hours and then I'll be like, wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same when I see like couple challenges. If I click on one of those, I'm done because there's so many couple challenges and different couples doing them.
Yeah, because like to me, I'm never gonna have a couple video out because my wife cannot be on screen. I watch those people and I think, man, you guys have the freedom to have your spouses. Spice? I don't know what the plural
Spouse.
is. Spouses?
Spouse.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, spouses.
Like there's a certain, like last week, right? I had Chris Prouse on,
Yeah.
right, and they're talking, and then the madame had to come down to get a computer plug, so I'm suddenly like, boom! But I'd
Yeah.
forgotten to warn them that, like, if you guys ever see this,
I know. I was there, and they were like, "What's going on?"
yeah,
Yeah. But we all knew.
you guys knew. You guys have been watching. Zach says, I recently got into watching Johnny Juke. Zach, did you hold on? I just want to see Zach actually mentioned why I'm way behind on the side chat here. Johnny Juke.
Shawnee said that she's seen Jonah Jintin too, and she's awesome. She's very humoristic. I just love her.
Okay, I will definitely check her out. Hey, how's it going, sir?
Hello.
You're muted.
You.
I love this comment from Hike with Mike.
How dare you come up here and eat on screen? You're making me hungry now.
Yeah, I'm
All I
starving.
have is dog treats, man. Seriously.
You know what this is?
Chug. What?
This is like I forget what they call it. It's like the lifeboat ration, like bars.
I have no idea what those are called.
Nope.
Looks like lembas bread.
They're in like a big MRE pack, and then
Okay.
they're individually packed, and there's like 3,000 calories worth of bars
That
in
trick
one of those
bars?
lifeboat rations.
Christ, 3,000 calories. If I lick that, I'll put on 30 stone.
No, like so it's supposed to be like 36 hours or 72 hours of rations, and it's like non-thirst inducing. And I bought them to see how I like them, and they're actually pretty good.
Are they?
Cool.
Okay.
Fox's Datrix bars?
Yeah, that's what it is, Datrix.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of them. The hell?
Oh, and message to Cliff, plant your garlic.
So, how's everyone?
I think we're okay.
Yeah. Just busy.
Yeah.
Trying not to burn out.
Yeah.
This year, that's my goal. It's my 2021 goal. Try not to burn out from the farm work because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I'm organizing my stuff.
I was bummed out. This Blackie Thomas that I commented about, I've really been enjoying watching his. You ever watch him? He's Shaman's Forge Bushcraft is.
Shaman's Forge Bushcraft?
Yeah.
Taking a note because here's the thing. I spend so much time trying to keep up with my viewers' channels that I haven't had time to really go out and discover anything new in a long time. So I'm just taking note of anything anyone is mentioning tonight. I'm just taking note on a notepad. And I'm just going to check out the stuffs.
There's this one guy from Russia that like does everything from like he makes Sean James look bad. Like it's crazy. I don't.
Bad Voco makes
maybe
because that guy. That's a good freaking channel.
Yeah, man. I just found him on his Russian channel, and I don't even speak one. I don't understand one word. And I wrote a comment on, and I was like, I don't understand anything, but I had to watch the whole thing. It's just so amazing. He makes this thing how to spindle wood and all by hand. And so I wrote a comment, and somebody said, "Hey, he's got an English channel." So I was like, "What?"
I think that's at Voco. Yeah, crazy amazing stuff.
I couldn't believe it.
There's another Russian channel I watch on occasion called, I think it's called Russian Bushcraft or Survival Russia, I think.
Okay.
What's his name? Oleg? I think his name is, no. What the hell's his name? I think it's Survival Russia. He uses the word awesome a lot. I bought a tank, but it's not really awesome. It would be more awesome if I did this, this, and that. It's okay, guys. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm going to go back in the tank. Like, he bought a tank?
I'm trying to find this guy. I shared it on my community post once, but I don't know if I still have it. For some reason, I can't find it.
If it's in a community post, it's there.
Oh, no, I got it. Yeah. A Bocat Aeropub. Aeropub.
Can you drop that link in the side chat?
Yes, I will.
Paul says,
Is
my
there,
watching palette is fairly... Go.
I was going to ask, is there a way to interact with the chat in this StreamYard, or do I have to go back to the YouTube?
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, you can interact with the chat in StreamYard, but it's really clunky.
If you're a host.
Oh, only if you're a host.
Okay.
Yeah. This I did not know. So yeah, and hilariously, even though we're recording in StreamYard, the YouTube chat is up to the minute, whereas there's a lag for the StreamYard chat.
Sure.
The other day I was streaming with StreamYard and it was faster than the YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, the chat. I was like, what?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Paul Bakima he says, my watching palette is fairly limited these days. Joe Robinette, right? Survival Russia, right? I don't know who Shea is. 4-wheel drive 24/7 would be the main ones I will check out after Rain Dance Bushcraft, of course. I'll drink to that, mister.
I'm going to put a timer on. I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to play the timer. Not timer, but chronomètre.
Okay.
I'm going to do it at the same time. Boom. And see when it comes in.
All right. Meanwhile, I will try to catch up with oh my land, I am just so late here.
That was 6 seconds.
Grace says that Shiny is an interesting channel.
Which one?
Shiny? Oh no, Shea.
Oh. Who's that? I'm going to go check.
I don't know.
I just dropped the link and it took 6 seconds.
6 seconds?
Yeah.
Russell says, don't watch my videos, they're shit.
Only watch his live streams.
Only watch the live streams. It's okay, Russell, because as soon as I found out that you don't watch my videos, I went and watched all of yours just to show you that no hard feelings.
There's a lot of Shays.
Yeah, it's showing up a lot. Oh, you mean there's a lot of channels with that name?
Yeah. I don't remember how she wrote it.
Yeah, I don't get
You're
it.
going to have to send me that link, Grace.
Yeah.
What's the nationality of Shay?
I believe it's Elvish. Oh, Tenenbaum found the channel. Which means I will go to the YouTubes and open that in a new tab. Simo says, I've been watching Not Just Bikes a lot lately. He's a fellow Canuck living in the Netherlands. I will pop that open in in a new tab as well. I hope I don't get addicted to any of these channels and oh my god, I have to watch everything now.
It's a dangerous possibility.
I have a hard time. I've been watching a lot of Shed Wars videos because I'm a part of Shed Wars. So I've just been really lacking on following the people that I usually follow and up with creating content. I just can't keep up. So
yeah.
See, I don't know if any of you are like me, but when YouTube made the switch from your homepage being your subscriptions to your homepage being recommends, I watch a lot of recommended videos. A lot of times the algorithm is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The browse feature. Yeah, my videos are getting pushed out a lot on the browse feature, and that's how one of my videos got pushed out with so many views.
Yeah.
And it literally exploded my channel.
Yeah, if you can get something in the recommended, then it's good for you.
And that's all in the thumbnails, the titles. and the first 30 seconds of your video
Clickbaiting the all hell out of your.
Huh?
I said
Clickbaiting the hell out of
all.
everything.
I don't want to diminish. I don't want to diminish people that actually put effort in and end up in the recommend by their hard work too. But
yeah,
nothing wrong
like
with some.
Mine was just a well, I think it was a good thumbnail actually. The click through it was like 18%.
Wow.
And so it was really good.
Nice.
But it wasn't clickbait. So it was very good. It ended up turning out like people watched it.
You can sleep at night.
Yeah.
I watch Jonah Jinton too. Her stuff is amazing. Oh, is this
Yeah,
who you were talking about, Mallory?
Yeah, man, you're way behind in chat.
So am I, because I just came across that as well. I'm trying to catch
saw
up.
That ages ago.
People keep saying things. Blackie Thomas. Okay. Popping that open in a new tab. Oh God, hike with Mike. Do French bees wear? Oh God, I'm just gonna put it up there. Do French bees wear berets?
Oh God.
Hike. That's like the worst dad joke of all time.
That is so funny. I'm trying not to laugh too hard because Ben's sleeping.
There's a radio station.
I'm thinking of dad jokes, he says.
There's a radio station that I listen to out of Chicago called WGN. It's an old AM station. And when the pandemic came around, they started doing this bit called Jokes. And it was like listener submitted jokes every morning at like 9:30. And it's just like a solid 90 seconds of dad jokes every day. There's some pretty good ones.
What was it? Do French bees wear berets?
Berets. That's. Or are you disseminating that? Are you redistributing that well?
I'm sending it to myself so I can send it to Ben.
Man, Tenenbaum is on fire with the URLs tonight. Nice. Oh God, Grace. My favorite dad joke from my dad. He saw a panel track with KFS on the side in big letters. He said, "I wonder what that stands for." Oh, I know, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yikes. This is how far behind I am.
Oh yeah.
Datrex bars. I've never even heard of those.
I know. Take a few minutes and scroll through and catch up.
If you're a sailor and never heard of Datrex bars, you better get some on your lifeboat, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, we usually run with a baguette, brie, some grapes, rum, ginger beer, for making dark and stormies.
There you go.
I'll take a look for. Are these things expensive?
Datrex?
Yeah.
You can get a pack on eBay for reasonable, and I open them to eat them because it's really it really is like a survival ration.
But is it any good?
Yeah, I mean that's why I bought the pack, was to see if it was like worth buying a box that you could keep in your basement for like 10 years. And yeah, they're pretty good.
He says they're pretty much like eating cake in brick form. Yeah. Good to know. Yes, Lars, Survival Russia. His name is Lars. Yes, thank you. Wow, am I ever behind? Advoco Makes. Tenenbaum is again on the ball. Man, that's a good channel. It's a really good channel. There's oh God, what's her name?
Yeah, Tenenbaum. I love Bald and Bankrupt. That's a great guy.
I am trying to catch up here, but Survival Russia is good channel.
Awesome.
Very good channel. Russian Express card.
You don't have the names up tonight. I don't remember what your channel is.
I am Austin's Corner is my channel.
Austin Corner. I think I subscribed to you last time, but Just
I have
haven't
a
watched
video. I have a video that I zipped together on my phone that I need to upload that I haven't. But
radios and stuff, right? Or something like that.
yeah,
I
that's
I recently threw a video together on my phone for a TikTok for my secondary channel. For a secondary channel? Second channel.
both are
Secondary
appropriate, I
channel.
think.
Yeah. It was my first time editing a video on my phone. It was a lot less frustrating than I thought, but I sure as hell couldn't use my phone to edit my rain dance videos.
Dude, you want to see? I got this new phone. Look at what this does.
Holy crap, dude.
Oh wow! What?
Why?
2 screens.
So like, what's really cool is
Huh.
the camera. I can do dual recording,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and so there's like my picture in picture,
Yeah.
Oh. I can do that too, though.
and then it's got like a gimbal mode where I can. It's like electronically
Nice.
stabilized. Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. What is
It's-
that? What kind of phone is that?
This is an LG Wing,
LG, man.
but it's pretty cool. It made putting the video together pretty cool.
Yeah. I like what Russell says. He doesn't watch any channels religiously.
I not like I used to. I'm the same. I used to.
Yeah. I used to watch certain channels religiously as well, but I don't have the time.
You have the radio channel, the radios, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's probably what is mostly on there right now.
Dude, okay. Your ED House and Electro, like right up on the top of your channel there, I see like a booty.
I've had my channel since 2007, so
Yeah, but I mean, you should hide that or something. if
that's
you
a great
want.
playlist.
Yeah, but put it private.
Why? I want to. If the world wants to listen to my curated playlist,
Well, I mean, if you don't want to have it like a channel, like I mean,
I
keep
don't
it
have
there. You know.
my channel is all for my personal indulgence.
Okay, well that's fine. But like, okay. I was thinking that maybe you were wanting to like do this or something, but I was like, don't keep it up there if you want to do that.
I've had my channel since 2007.
2007, crumbs. I've had mine since 2013, and I thought I was growing slowly, to be honest with you. But 2007, you're like an early adopter, dude.
I think either 2007 or 8. I'll have to look. Now I'm curious.
I'm trying to catch up, but it's like, holy crap.
Auxiliary channel.
December 21st, 07.
Wow.
Wow. Does it
Before
burst
you
for
needed an email to associate with your account.
Yeah.
Bald and bankrupt. Okay, I will take note of that as well. Am I caught up yet? No. God.
Oh. I think Grace sent me a message.
Good night, IRC. If you're still here, you know.
See ya, Edwin.
Okay, Grace sent me a link for Shy on Instagram. I will. Okay, I'll check that out.
I got it here. She sent it to me too.
Hey, look who's here. Look who's
Is that
here.
Russell? Mr. Russell?
Mr. Dennis. Although I don't know if he's still here.
I
I'm
thought
so
Russell
far
was
behind.
gonna pop up. Hey, Dennis.
No, Russell didn't pop up. Which reminds me, I will put the invite up again for anyone who wants to come on and talk about channels that they like. I mean, you guys know that I like Dennis's channel. I've talked it up a lot, so I'm not going to talk it up again. Maybe just a little. Watch Dennis's channel. Dennis, man, I want to know how your live stream went tonight. That was a very important subject.
Yeah, I missed it too. Shay, okay. I wasn't writing it right.
What are Soviet wobbles? I see Zach Fudge. The only channels I watch religiously are gaming highlights like Soviet wobbles and BS.
Zach and I get along because we're both into the games. Zach, are you still playing Fallout 76? I still have not bought it. I never watch gaming channels though. Like, no, that's a stankin' lie. I will occasionally watch like some of the gaming news channels, but kind of not that often because it's like someone will do something and then all these gaming news channels will all like hate post about it, and I just don't have the time for channels or people who are what's the term I like to use? Recreationally outraged. Hey, Dennis.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
Getting down the bourbon, I see.
Yeah. You know what? Only because 2 hours of my own live stream and an hour in a green room wasn't enough.
No, of course. So Dennis is showing up. And another thing. Excuse me. It's okay. What are you having tonight?
Doing some of my Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig. Yeah, I still need to find a bottle of that.
Yeah. It's nice. It's got a
I'm doing Japanese tonight.
Starting a little bit of a burn on the finish, so.
Yeah.
Jesse, I see that on the shelf at the store, but I don't know what the name is. What is it called?
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. This one is the Yoichi single malt. But Nika has another one called the Miyagikyo single malt. They're two different distilleries owned by the same company, both owned by Nika. The Yoichi is a smokier, whereas the Miyagikyo is not. It's not a peated. They're both done very much in the Scotch, within the Scotch idiom, I guess, because Scotch is where Japanese whiskey essentially came out of. So they're very, very Scotchy.
Hey, Mal, I haven't seen a can of 7-Up in like 10 years.
Yeah,
I
Ben,
didn't know they still made that stuff.
yeah, Ben came with this the other day, and I was like, 7-Up, really?
Right.
I was out in the woods with my wife last weekend, and we live in it's called the Kickapoo River Valley, and there's it floods like crazy every couple of years. And we were walking through one of the floodplains, and I found this kind of sun-faded 7-Up can, and it was so old that it had kind of the narrower tab.
Oh, yeah.
And it said 7-Up, the Uncola, to give you an idea
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
how old that was.
That's a while ago. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Mr. Foxit, Mr. Zach Fudge. I'm glad to introduce you guys to each other. Although I'm interested in that you're playing it alone. Oh, you're on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if they...
Is it cross-platform? Or...
Don't know. I love me some Fallout. I love me some post-apocalyptic. That's my jam. But I never did the 76 thing. When it launched, it sort of turned me off.
I have such an addictive habit when it comes to video games that I can just pick them up and play for hours. So I choose to play them not at all.
That's how I am with editing.
I just want to say hi with Mike, Canoe Hound. You guys get in contact with each other. Looks like Dennis tried. I know how it feels when an email sort of either goes into the bin or you don't notice it for a while. So
No, that there Mike had sent me an email there with a guest request, and it's somebody that I've wanted to have on the show for a while, and I did reach out to him there, and I'm just waiting to hear back from him. So yeah,
all right,
all good, all good.
Okay.
So
you gonna tell us who it is?
What did I miss tonight? Anything good?
No, I came on late. I was, I fell asleep putting the baby to bed, and then my computer wasn't cooperating, and then my computer finally cooperated, and then my camera wasn't showing up, and it's like, I will do this tonight. this is going to happen. And then I finally got on. Totally forgot what I was going to talk about tonight. And so, pull a card out of the sleeve. We're going to talk about channels that we love tonight. Tell me what you like. Tell me why. And, either in the side chat or on screen. Hey, Dennis, what's your favorite channel right now? Or your top 3?
My top 3?
Yeah.
Can I say one without embarrassing myself tonight, or blushing? I'm watching all the Mal stuff.
Fair enough.
But you know what? I'm still really strong into watching My Self-Reliance.
Oh yeah.
And somebody else that we're all familiar with, and that's oh shit! God, afraid for like, we
It's
had
okay.
a kid room tonight.
You've been having a bit of.
I've been catching up on a lot of Russell stuff there back when
Russell.
he was starting with his cabin and stuff like that too. So it's pretty cool.
I went all the way to the bottom of Russell's channel and looked at like the first videos, and I started commenting on all of them. And he's like, "Mallory, don't do that.
Don't watch my stuff.
Watch my own."
Yep.
And there's this one video one channel that I started following, and it's not even related to outdoorsy type of stuff or anything like that, and it's called I gotta try and pop it up here on screen on my thing because it's that new, but it's about this disabled fella and his fiance, and they talk about their lives together, right?
Slim, something like that. Grubs and Slim.
Yeah, Grubs and
yeah. They've been popping up in my things like for this past week, like crazy.
Grubs and what?
I'm looking it up right now. Give me one sec here because it'll be on my
Grubs. And
there it is. It's Squirmy and Grubs.
Squirmy and Grubs. Yeah.
What's the context again?
The he has I don't know if it's cerebral palsy or what, but he has a disability, and he has a beautiful, nurturing, loving fiance who takes care of him, and they just talk about their lives together.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's his caretaker and I think they're married.
I believe they are married. Yeah, but
like, people just don't believe it. Like how a beautiful woman like her could be with such like a disabled man, and it just like you go in the comments, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? I think they're an awesome couple.
Yeah.
There's obviously a connection there, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
I'll check it out.
They're inspiring.
I'm sorry. I always have a hard time talking about disabilities and stuff and trying to make sure I'm politically correct with the way I say it. And that's just the 56-year-old dude in me, right? So
everybody does these days. You're not alone.
Yeah.
That's what I love about them too, is that he'll just say it like I'm flat out handicapped, and like I spit when I talk, and he'll just say it, and he's straight up front with it, and so
Yeah. And the funny part, well, not the funny part. See, there again, politically correct, right? But the funny part of their whole context is they talk about their intimacy and everything.
Yeah.
Right. And they hold back a lot, but they give you as much information as they can, really.
Yeah.
So,
where do they live?
Hot.
I don't even. Oh no, they're in southern state.
Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi.
They don't have a heavy accent or anything.
No, they don't have heavy accents, but they're like southern. They're not Georgia. Oh gosh,
Tennessee, Carolinas.
Not even that Tennessee twang, but
Kentucky.
Give them a watch because you know what? It's mesmerizing. It pulls you right in.
Tenenbaum popped the URL up in the side chat. By the way, Dennis, you're a mod, right? So you could do that too if you want. If you want to sort of spam us.
StreamYard, it doesn't. I don't have that ability. To do StreamYard, right?
I'll do it.
That's okay. Tenenbaum
already got it. Yeah.
Tenenbaum's got it.
He does. Okay.
We're good. Yeah.
And you know something else I've been watching too, Jess.
What?
I watch so much outdoor stuff, right? Yep. But the one thing I've been watching too, and he's more out your way, is Devin Larratt. He's like a world champion arm wrestler in the Ottawa area.
Really?
Yeah, so I've been watching all these arm wrestling videos.
Right.
Hey, you know what? You get bored of watching the same shit all the time, right?
Yeah.
Or the same crap all the time, right? Sorry about that. And it's cool to start broadening your horizons out there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching a lot of whiskey videos, a lot of whiskey channels,
Yeah.
because my second channel is a whiskey channel.
Yep.
Grams. And they just keep showing me what we can't fricking get in Quebec. It's sort of, weighs down on you after a while when you're watching all this great stuff. And it's like, hey, I wonder if I can get that at the SAQ. No, I can't get it at the SAQ. Sean in Alaska's here. How's it going? Sean, let me know if that CD ever shows up, by the way. Because that would be really... I finally sent it. Man, you guys, I'll tell you something for free, and you're all going to love it. Canada Post is really frustrating to work with when you're sending something outside the country now. Like, you have to print out... You don't have to print it, but you have to create your shipping label before going to the post office, and I didn't know that.
You don't have to.
You just can't fill out a customs form when you're there.
That's what I did a few weeks ago.
Okay, well, I'll tell you something. In the big city, you can't do that no more.
There's too many people. It's too long.
They got all these pamphlets. You have to do it from home. All they want is you to walk in with your phone and scan it.
Screw the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
It's nice living in a town of 750 people.
Right? Exactly. I think we're like just above 800.
I was having this conversation with my dad because he lives in a town way more than that, but like, I don't know, whatever, 20,000 or something. And I was listening to the Essential Craftsman podcast today. And they were talking to a guy who has a sawmill. And the Essential Craftsman podcast is a father-son team. The son is clearly into YouTubing and podcasting, and the dad is a craftsman who used to own a sawmill, right? And he spent a long time working his way up in sawmills, but he's also done a lot of carpentry, and he was building houses in what's that stupid city called? Las Vegas and stuff like that. But now he's moved back up to, I think it's Oregon or Colorado. But so, their guest runs a sawmill, and listening to these guys just talking shop, and like, when people talk shop, there's a lot of like little shorthand and stuff, just in, blah, blah, blah.
Jargon.
Yeah, little jargon, nothing too heavy, but a little just, measurements and stuff. And it reminded me that when my dad built his carport and the trim around the windows on his house in the Okanagan, he was there's a cedar lumber yard on the native reservation there, and he was there trying to buy some wood for his carport, and the guy said, "Don't build your carport out of cedar, it's not strong enough." And so my dad said, "Well, okay, now what?" And the guy said, "Listen, I know a guy who has like I don't know if it's a wood miser or something, but like one of those, not the little tiny Alaskan sawmill, one of the big sort of quasi-portable ones that you can put a log through." And he was sort of set up in the yard of a local construction entrepreneur, a contractor. And so my dad, for his projects, went to this guy and gave him the exact measurements he wanted, and got this wood cut for him. And so I was listening to this podcast by these guys who A, now owns, or B, used to own a sawmill. It reminded me of this. Yeah. And so I called my dad. I said, "Why did you go to that guy instead of just going to the lumberyard?" And so, we had this conversation for the entire drive while I was going to pick up my baby at daycare and everything. But I love listening to two guys who are we all live our own little lives, right? We all live in our own little universes, and some of us, for me, for instance, I live in a world of computers during the day, and you listen to guys like these guys, or the guys who have the Mortis and Tenon podcast, well, magazine and podcast, and I've said this before in one of these live streams where one of them was at a cabinet making workshop, and sort of, a show of hands who works in tech or law or whatever, and all these hands went up, and he said that it's amazing how many people who work in the ephemeral world of computers or law or tech or whatever right now feel the need to get their hands on something and to create something physical. And when I listen to podcasts or YouTube channels like The Essential Craftsman or Mortis and Tenon or guys who are living that life, I feel that, man. I really feel that. I really like listening to these podcasts or videos. Makes me want to just go in there and build something.
Yeah.
First I have to go in there and clean the hell out of that room. But I mean, because I believe in balance a lot. I'm getting way off topic here. I'll finish this one thought, but then this is boring. But anyways, I feel that balance is crazy important. And so if you live your world in the mind, because the tech industry all happens up here, right? You're not working with your hands. Your hands are just the conduit from writing, right? The process of writing, kind of, yeah. And so that's why I love getting, the planes out and the saws and doing stuff, because it feels like you're doing something real. I don't know how the hell I got on this.
Talking about your dad and guy that was sawmill and
why did he?
But it's like I love that stuff. And one of the reasons, Dennis, you'll appreciate this. One of the reasons why I started watching, why I got really hooked on Sean James's on my self-reliance, is that, well, aside from the fact that part of me would love to have been Dick Prenicky, is the fact that I could see just in the way he held his measuring tape. Before I knew anything about him, I was like, that guy used to build houses. He's what's the name in English for those guys who are like carpentry and bricklayers and stuff? What's the word?
Like a general contractor?
It's not that. That's not the word I'm looking for. But a guy who works tradesman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. That guy can be 30 years from the last time he built something, and you will always know a tradesman from the way he holds his measuring tape and holds his tools. And I respect that man, because, man, as you guys know, 5 summers in a row, my first summer job was in carpentry. And you can just you can see it. You can see it in the way, and I saw it in the way he was holding his measuring tape. He sort of took the tape, did the typical carpenter thing, held it down, made a mark with a pencil, made another mark with a pencil. And I was like, I know you, man.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. Does that make you a tradesman from the way you hold your tool? Sorry,
why don't you just keep drinking, okay?
I'm here wondering, how in the world does he see me holding a measuring tape?
Last one, okay, I promise.
That's not even a dad joke. That's a dirty uncle joke.
Sorry, everybody in the chat. Please.
A journeyman, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
The comment that you made reminded me of the video that I have to upload, but I put together these. I had seen these I'll just show you. I don't know if you know the material Kydex that's used for sheaths and things. Well, yeah. I have seen some knife maker that made these kind of Kydex cord winders,
Okay.
And I wanted to make one, but I didn't want to buy Kydex and spend a bunch of money. So I went to Walmart and bought an 88-cent nylon cutting board and zipped one of these out on a bandsaw. And
That looks
and-
pretty thin, though. Is it like a camping cutting board? Yeah, the really thin ones. Okay.
no,
That was a cutting board.
yeah,
Oh, the winder.
yeah, the winder
Yeah.
was.
Oh God.
No, I have found a way to make a bank line from cutting boards.
That's cool. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
Well, those actually there are bottles, 2-liter bottles that they make string out of,
Yeah.
I've seen those cutters. Yeah,
right?
I'm kidding. I didn't find a way to make.
No, I
cord,
know.
but
I know. I
But
got
if you ever do,
yeah, if I do. But
that is awesome, though.
anyway, I made these up and I just drew a template on some graph paper.
Mhm.
And in the video, I kind of go on this rant about how I decided to make the video with the only power tool being my drill so that I could drill holes, but I wasn't going to use my bandsaw because lots of people don't have a bandsaw.
Mhm.
And I kind of went on this rant about how sometimes you can do something without power tools, but like you don't have to cut yourself short. You can find some nice tools for a reasonable amount of money, and sometimes the only thing that's in your way is your priority. It's like, do you not have a nice drill or something because you're not prioritizing, like this is something you really want to do, but you're not prioritizing properly?
I'm of two minds on that philosophy because I have a bandsaw, but I got it secondhand for free actually, and I just have to figure out how to tighten it up so that the blade doesn't wander side to side when it's
Sure.
going. But I left a comment on Matty Hapoya's channel at one point because like all the stuff he sort of shows on screen is multi-$1,000s, right? And I was like, okay, but show something, affordable. I don't remember what I said, but what he came back with was, look, it's all about priorities and that whole thing. But the unwritten, I have a problem with the fact that Peter McKinnon shoots on a Canon 1D Mark II because it's a $6,000 camera, Canadian, and he shows it on camera. This is boring because I've spoken about this on this channel before, but he shows it on camera. And I'm like, stop showing it on camera because you can't turn around and then say, just shoot on anything you got. If you're using a $6,000 camera that'll shoot, 4K at 240 frames per second so that you can get buttery smooth slow motion and everything, don't turn around and say, just shoot on your iPhone. And it goes into that whole thing that I'm not going to bore you guys about again, but that's this thing I keep banging on about TV 2.0. And the unwritten part of what Matty Hapoya was saying was that if you want to do this stuff, then before you have kids on a mortgage, know that you want to be a filmmaker. Right? And then build your life around one day having a $12,000 camera. And so, and it's sort of, I still like his channel. I still think he's great at what he does and everything. But like, I
think,
I don't know really what I'm trying to say, but like, not everyone necessarily can afford a bandsaw.
And that wasn't necessarily my point wasn't necessarily specifically about a bandsaw. My point was more so like I see this genre of DIY videos, and I saw this was what really got me on this was I had seen a no weld go-kart video from beginning to end, and I was like, the parts and materials and tools needed to build a no weld go-kart are in the hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
but you're gonna spend a couple $100 on an engine and aluminum and wheels and all this, but you're not going to like put the priority ahead of getting a reasonable consumer grade welder to just do it right the first time.
Yes, get a welder, learn how to weld.
And that's a good point. Yeah.
And so that's like, no, definitely there's I wouldn't tell someone to get a bandsaw for the sake of cutting 88-cent cutting boards. But if your long-term interest is to have projects and do things, you can affordably
Just get the damn bandsaw.
acquire a bandsaw if it's something that's your long-term interest. That's
You know
my
what we
point.
do? We buy pretty much all our tools with our credit card points at the end of the year. So like every year we'll buy like a really big tool or several because sometimes we have a lot of points, but we put it all in tools because we go through so much.
Yeah.
So and then we also buy them used a lot and we got a lot given to us, but that's what we do. Like if we need like we have what's a planer? Let's see.
A planer.
A
A
planer.
planer? Okay, yeah. Well, we got one of those, like a really good DeWalt ones,
Nice.
like, for free with our points, and we got a skill saw like for the past 7
You're
years.
talking the thickness planer, right?
The one that
It's-
makes the surface, it makes it rough to finished.
Yep.
I have one of those too. I got it for free.
Yeah. See.
Win.
Yeah. And so like that's what we do. We put everything on our credit card, and all the points that we get at the end of the year goes straight to tools.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
That's a smart way to do it. I do want to point out something that Sean in Alaska said before. YouTube, my go-to for great woodworking with Norm Abraham. Was he the New Yankee Workshop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every episode, he'd say, safety glasses. Was that him? Oh, yeah, the New Yankee
Probably.
Workshop. Oh, yeah, I used to watch that too. Well, on the YouTube stuff.
television, wasn't it? Wasn't that on public television?
Yeah, that was.
It was.
Yeah.
It was on
Proto
either-
YouTube.
on before or after This Old House.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god. Gosh, you're older
Yeah.
than I thought you were.
Yeah, I remember the days before
Go say hi.
internet entertainment.
Yeah,
Good night.
Now, saying good night.
I'm gonna go to bed too. I'm tired.
right.
Bye now. Stick around for a while.
I'm glad I got to catch you because I haven't been like in the live stream as much lately. I've just been really crazy busy trying to post like almost every other day. So
right.
Before you go, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You the other night I watched one of your videos or one of your latest videos there. And you're walking around the yard and stuff, and you pulled the chicken eggs and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of stuff. How long have you guys been on that homestead?
Well, we've only been here for almost 4 years, but we had another homestead before this.
Oh, okay.
So we built our homestead from the ground up in 2014, and then as soon as we finished building, we came here.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved everything, like all the machinery, and then we bought a whole bunch more because we're really thrifty. And we
It's
buy
amazing
things.
how things accumulate so quickly, right?
Yeah, and then Ben's dad is like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring my tractor over here for the winters. You can store it in your shed," and he's never gonna come get it back. So it's
Right.
like we got one of his trailers here. We got one of his old tractors here, which his dad just keeps on. He bought a plasma cutter, brand new, and he brought it here. He's like, "Here, Ben, you can use this for your trailer." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." So he's been using it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We got a big heritage, like in tools too, like a lot of tools from his grandpa. So we did get a whole bunch of old tools.
Did you cover some of that in your How We Met video at all? Because I didn't get a chance to see that the other night. I got to watch back.
No.
I'll tell you something about that video, Mallory. You got to shoot against that wall more often because that setup was perfect.
It was a nice
for that,
wall,
for
wasn't
that
it?
video. Oh
Yeah,
man,
we don't go very often to the cabin. So,
I would never leave.
and then when we go to the cabin, Ben doesn't really want to shoot, and like I don't either. Like it was just really special because we were like, oh, we're just gonna sit down and do it, and we hit the subscriber, goal. So But yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we were waiting for the subscriber goal, the number.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, so I'm scooting out. If I don't comment in much of your stuff and I don't watch, I'm sorry in advance. It's just hashtag creator problems, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Night, Mel.
Right.
Continue.
All right. Good night. See you
Bye.
later.
Take it easy. I was on the discussion of tools. This was my grandfather's hammer, of whom I never had the pleasure of meeting. But this is an old.
Estling?
Yes, it is. It's a leather. Like, for those of you who don't know, this is an Estwing like axe, and the handle on this hammer would have looked identical to this.
Yeah.
But I took the leather stack off, and I'm going to redo it at some point here. And I wire wheeled the
Tang.
the tang. Estwing is from my hometown. And the if you can see, it's drop forged with the date of
Yeah.
7 July 49.
Nice.
Holy crap, eh?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you're interested in getting tools, it helps to make friends with people that have them or their family.
Right.
I've often sort of said that I'll know that I've made it in the tool world when I can afford a nice leather a work belt and a work pouch and
Sure.
a nice a 16-ounce Estwing hammer. But my dad, after several decades of carpentry, said that to him a hickory handled hammer is the way to go. He says that you can't beat the vibration damping of hickory, even with a big stack of leather. But I still kind of want one.
Yeah,
I'd like a nice.
There's something that gives me the fizz about this.
But that stacked leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hung my first axe the other day.
How'd
Well,
that go?
you hung one? Nice.
Yeah. And it actually turned out really damn good. So
Did you make the handle too?
no, I bought it.
I haven't made a handle yet either, to be honest with
I
you.
haven't got
No,
the tools for that.
I
I
haven't.
need more tools, but I haven't got room for more tools.
Yeah.
What do they
Yeah.
say? Don't ever borrow a tool if you have a use for one. Buy it.
Yeah. I actually believe in that theory. It's
I never
No,
borrow
I-
a tool I can't afford to replace.
That's also true.
Yep.
and it's actually Jessica will be proud. It's my first handle that I've got that I oiled instead of varnished.
Varnished.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis.
I
Nice
filled
to.
in seed oil, and then I hung the rag in a spot where, in case of caught fire,
Mhm.
it wouldn't damage anything. So
That silly little video of mine where the rags catch fire, it does so well. I wish it was like 4 times as long. Because people just keep watching that and commenting on it. But yeah, you got to be careful with that boiled linseed oil stuff, man.
yeah.
I was gonna ask, do you guys have any? How's it going with getting jabs and arms up there? And are you guys looking to have any plans as hopefully the spring and summer carry along?
Well, I think we're down to people in Quebec. I don't know about Ontario, but in Quebec, people my mother's age are getting jabbed now, and she's like 71, I think. So it's slowly coming down. The government keeps saying that, we'll have everyone jabbed by September kind of thing, but who the hell knows?
I was very fortunate enough to get my first jab Saturday.
Wow. How the hell?
So, my employment industry being agriculture, they were able to prioritize us according to the release plan. But anyway, the reason I asked was because back to your YouTube original topic is I'm really looking forward to trying and heading up some of these gatherings and things as soon as I'm able. There's one in April for this Blackie Thomas, and I just wouldn't go right now.
Mhm.
But I'm really looking forward to being able to kind of, while these YouTubers have been great ways to pass the time amidst the events of the last year, it'll be nice to be able to get out and participate and do these kind of things again.
Yep. Absolutely. I would love to be jabbed sooner rather than later because I really need to leave town for a while. Get out into the woods, even just for an overnighter.
My concern, I'm trying to get my parents done. They're in their 70s, and they
Mhm.
are up for it. They just opened it up to 65 to over 65 and up.
I think that's where we are as well.
Yeah.
It's
Do you have the axe to ring?
to which?
Do you have
No,
the axe to ring?
No, I haven't had it. Oh yeah, is it 2300 already? Okay, all right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Thanks to you two for being on until the bitter end. I mean, Mallory leaving like 10 minutes early. What the hell? To those of you who are in the side chat, thanks for hanging out with us for this possibly bizarre episode. Between now and next week, everybody, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay sane, be kind to one another. See you next week, guys.
Later.